Hello guys, today we're unboxing The Phantom Menace is one of the least favorite movies of the year, which again, they have a lot. Because every movie that comes out they hate, except for F9, Venom Let There Be Carnage, Ghostbusters Afterlife being like the free will movies that they hate, don't hate. That's it. That's like the free will movies they don't hate. Also Quiet Place Part 2, but nobody hated that movie. And Godzilla, again, another movie that nobody hated. But this is the last duel. This is the most. This is the big. I think this movie is probably the biggest box office failure. The only movie doing more money probably was Space Jam: A New Legacy, or lost $130 million for that movie. This movie lost like $170 to $180 at the box office. It's pretty sad. But yep, the last duel includes Matt Damon, Adam Driver, Jodie Comer, and Ben Affleck. Because I still don't like Ben Affleck. He's been like one or two good movies, and that's it. So, a true story of a woman who defied a nation and made history. So, this movie is based off a true story. Which, the weird thing is, the Phantom Menace wouldn't be offended by it because it's based off a true story. If it's based off historical events, you shouldn't be offended by it. But according to the Phantom Menace, it's offensive to make a movie based off a historical event now. That's basically where we got to with the Phantom Menace. This is why I don't want. This is why they woo. This is why we have lost all credibility with the Phantom Menace because now to compare about Spider-Man No Way Home, which is completely sad that they gone that low. So yep, they got the back with the woman on a horse. Intelligent and genuinely done. This is also considered one of the best movies of the year, and probably, if you have another category, most underrated movie of the year as well. And I wouldn't be surprised if this movie becomes another one of those types of movies where it becomes like a cult classic type movie over time. Zoe Comer makes a mark, and the thought-provoking drama set in the 14th century in France. A visionary filmmaker Ridley Scott, who made a lot of good movies. The only bad movies I have seen that he made out of the newer Alien movies, but again, those were movies that didn't need to be made. Prometheus and Alien Covenant. Those two movies didn't need to be made. I think everybody can agree those two movies didn't need to be made because they ruined the Alien origin story, basically, as well. So basically, the film says that one woman was accusated that he was brutally assaulted by Jackie's Ray Grace and her husband Jean de Caracentes. Now, in order to prove his wife's claim, they basically go into they fight to the death. The victim believed to be determined by God. The three wives all hang in a balance as well. And of course, they make the Ben Affleck the bad guy because they make Ben Affleck the bad guy. That's funny. Also designed Ben Affleck as the scheming alley County Epsilon. So this is all French names. Again, history movies don't really do too well at the box office unless they're like, the big war movies that they usually release, like 1917 released, Dunkirk, and even movies like Hacksaw Ridge didn't really do too well compared to bigger movies. But yeah, movies about like history and historical events don't really do well at the box office. And it's funny how the director has really blamed millennials, and I'm younger than millennials, so the one below millennial, the Gen Z, and it's just sad that people don't want to watch movies about history. It's because let's just compare both of these movies. This is Venom Let There Be Carnage. Okay, made $500 million worldwide. Probably it's gonna be a good movie, fun time. But this movie only made, I believe, around $14 million. I'm just making this comparison before I open the movie from the plastic. $14 million, not a problem. Franchise. People just don't get this. Some people just don't get this. I've been saying this for the past couple of months. Non-franchise movies like In the Heights, which came out, no one watched it. Old and which was made by, of course, M. Night Shyamalan and Free Guy were the only ones that did well. But it seems that, most people are fixated that if it's not for a franchise, it's not worth watching, which is mostly millennials and Gen Z, because those are most of the people who are going out to see movies now. And, they don't really care. They don't really say, oh yeah, it's not James Bond. No, we're not watching this movie. It's not Venom. It's not Marvel. It's not DC. Not watching this movie. That's basically their mindset. So it technically is millennials because millennials out-gravitate towards the big franchise more than the unknown movie. Okay? It's also due to West Side Story's flop as well, which is a movie that I don't want to see anyways because it's a musical. But, time to open The Last Duel. Time to open it. And also didn't help that the fandom mass, which is mostly millennials, were calling this movie woke and telling people not to watch it. Shit. As well. So, either way, I'll watch this movie either on Blu-ray or on, TV, which will have been the other option. We had to wait a month. And this comes with a code, so we gotta get out the code. And it's just, there's a thing for disc thing. It's like the second disc thing, and it's like, let's not do it. So we'll be lazy. So, yep, we have the blue disc here of The Last Duel. You'd think they would make it like black or something, or red, because it's called The Last Duel. It's also a very long movie, but it's something that millennials don't like either, long movies, even unless it has Marvel's name on it, or James Bond. So, yeah, it's also an R-rated movie. It's also kind of restricts what types of people are going to see the movie, but most people who are seeing the movies now can see R-rated movies, so I don't think that's going to really be a problem. Really been a problem. So, there you go, The Last Duel. The protected this, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, that's basically about this unboxing video. There's no DVD version in this Blu-ray because Disney does not wait. Because Disney, and it's Disney and Paramount that are doing this mostly. It's mostly Paramount and Disney that are trying to snuff out the Blu-ray, DVD, digital versions. Because it's not just Disney anymore, it's also Paramount, which is basically saying, let's just scrap it for every movie that's coming out, basically. And yep, that's basically it for this video. Goodbye.